Hey everyone. So if you've typed Bitcoin arbitrage into a search bar lately, you are definitely not alone. That term is absolutely blowing up. The real question is, what's going on here? Is this some kind of golden opportunity that we're all missing, or is it just a whole lot of hype? This right here is the big question we're going to tackle today. And by the end of this, I promise you'll have a clear, no-nonsense answer on whether this is a genuine strategy you can use, or if it's just noise, or maybe even worse, a scam. Okay, so before we dive into the deep end, let's make sure we're all on the same page. What in the world is crypto arbitrage, anyway? At its core, the concept is, incredibly simple. You see Bitcoin trading for one price on exchange A and then a slightly higher price over on exchange B. The whole game is to buy it low on A, sell it high on B, and just pocket that difference. Sounds pretty easy, right? Well, that's the core idea, but as we're about to see, the devil is very, very much in the details. And it's not just one single play, you've got different flavors of it. Beyond that classic buy here, sell there model, there are some more complex methods. Like there's triangular arbitrage, which is basically a loop where you trade between three different coins, like Bitcoin to Ether to Tether, all on the same exchange just to exploit these tiny pricing quirks. There are even wild DeFi strategies using things like flash loans. But for today, we're going to stick with the most common type, so we can really nail down the fundamentals. So we get the concept. But why the sudden explosion in interest? I mean, this strategy has been around for a long time. So why is everyone and their brother searching for it right now? Well, it's kind of a perfect storm of a few things. First, higher market volatility actually creates more of those little price gaps. We're also seeing a ton of traders out there hunting for what they think are low-risk strategies. And then there's the massive hype around automated trading bots promising easy passive income. But here's the kicker. Just because it's trending, that does not mean it's easy or safe. All right, so to cut through all that hype, let's walk through what an actual arbitrage trade looks like in the wild. This is where the theory hits reality and it all happens in the blink of an eye. Here is the playbook. First, you need cash already sitting on multiple exchanges. You can't wait for a bank transfer. No way. Second, you're using some kind of tool to constantly scan for price gaps. Third, and this is absolutely crucial, you have to calculate your net profit after all the costs. Then you got to slam the buy and sell buttons almost simultaneously. Any delay, even just a few seconds, and poof, the opportunity is gone. Okay, let's imagine your scanner finds this. A clean $100 price difference for Bitcoin between two exchanges. This looks like a perfect opportunity, right? A nice 0.2% spread. Let's say we're ready to go and we've got enough capital to trade half a Bitcoin. So we pull the trigger, we buy 0.5 BTC on exchange A, and we sell 0.5 BTC on exchange B. Our gross profit, before any costs, is $50. Looks great, doesn't it? But this is the exact point where most people stop doing the math, and that is a huge mistake. And now for the reality check. We have to subtract the trading fees on both exchanges, which could easily be, say, $50 on a trade this size. Then you have to factor in the network or transfer fees to rebalance your funds for the next trade. Let's call that another $20. And all of a sudden, our costs are really starting to pile up. And just like that, after we account for all the real-world costs, our promising $50 profit has become a $20 loss. That beautiful opportunity completely vanished in the time it took to add up the fees. This is the single biggest takeaway. Gross profit is a fantasy. Only your net profit actually matters. Now, that last example only covered the expected costs. That's when everything goes according to plan. It didn't even touch on what happens when things go actively wrong. And trust me, this is the part of our explainer you absolutely cannot afford to skip. The risks here are pretty significant. Execution risk is a huge one. Like, what if your buy order fills, but your sell order doesn't? Or what if your crypto transfer gets stuck on the network for an hour? That price gap will be a distant memory. And that's before we even get to the biggest danger for newcomers. Please listen to this. This is a critical warning. You will see ads and videos and DMs for these magic bots that promise guaranteed risk-free returns. These are almost universally scams that are just designed to drain your wallet. If it sounds too good to be true, it absolutely 100% is. Now, to be clear, not all automation is a scam, but you have to be incredibly careful. If you are even thinking about using a bot, you have to vet it relentlessly. Check legit reviews, look for transparency, like is the code open source? And always, always, test it with a tiny amount of money you are totally prepared to lose before you even think about committing real capital. Okay, so we've looked at the concept, the hype, the cold hard math, and the very serious risks. So let's circle all the way back to our original question and deliver the final verdict for 2025. So, is it still possible? Well, the short answer is yes, but, and this is a really big but, it is absolutely not easy money. The profit margins are thinner than ever, success demands meticulous accounting for every single fee, and a deep, deep understanding of all the risks we've covered. This is a high-risk, high-speed venture, not some passive income machine. So ultimately, it all comes down to this one question. Knowing that the potential profits are tiny and the risks of actually losing money are significant, is the reward worth the massive effort and all that danger? For most people watching this, the honest answer is probably not. If you liked this deep dive, I'm working on follow-ups, a full bot setup tutorial, live arbitrage tracking, and a series of case studies. Hit subscribe so you don't miss them. And comment below, what topic do you want me to cover next? Bot setup, live demo, or a tool review? Thanks for watching. Stay sharp and trade safe.